If you think on him, Gloria, my Gloria, Gloria. Gloria, my Gloria, Gloria. Things ain't been the same since you've been away. No, Gloria, my Gloria. I don't wanna see another day. Seems like only yesterday I beheld your sweet face in my lonely room. My memories of your warm embrace. Gloria, my Gloria. Things ain't been the same since you've been away, away, away. Gloria, oh my Gloria, Gloria. I don't wanna see another day, another day without you. Oh, I found the nerve to say I'm gonna make a change in my life, starting here today. Oh, I surrender all my love. I never thought I could. No, giving all my love away. There's only one reason that I would. Baby, it's you. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you say my name, your smile, the way you move me, the way you soothe me, the way you sleep softly through the night. Every morning you rise and open your eyes. I just wanna be there with you, babe. I just wanna be yours from this day forward. The way you say my name, your smile, the way you move me, the way you soothe me, the way you sleep softly through the night. Every morning you rise and open your eyes. I just wanna be there with you, babe. I just wanna be yours from this day forward.
Basketball is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. And as your continued source for all sports wager information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your rewards. It's BetOnline, where the game starts. Tell them the Noisemaker sent you.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in the back of a can. But to make it rhyme world, man, the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ. 2, 1, ready, come on.
Good time! Good time! Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Keeping your head above water. Making your way when you can.
Ready, lady, on.
Good time! Good time!
Chance of violence.
Good time! Good times! Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
Yeah.
Good times!
Cool.
Yeah, man. This is real. White guitarist, I'm gonna need you to calm everything down. Give me some music, brother. Thank you, man.
How do I know?
Don't play that. There we go. Hello, everybody. Mr. Noise in the building with you. It's gonna be a good one tonight. It's gonna be a long one tonight. I want everybody to just take a deep breath right now. Let it out. Take another deep breath. And let it out. There you go. You're gonna need that. All throughout the night, you're gonna need that as these election results come in. Just know this, no matter what happens in the government, God is still on the throne. Grab your church fans, grab your Bibles. It's time to go. Thank you, Rocky Thomas. That's soothing. We needed that. We needed that soothing start, Mama Noise. We needed that soothing start to tonight's show. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to share with the people.
Okay.
Am I frozen or are you frozen?
Neither one of us are frozen to me.
Okay. Well, then that was you then. That's okay. We're going to power through that too. All right. Like I said, we got a lot to talk to it with the people. Before I get into the election night results, I do have some church announcements. What?
We already got results?
Yeah, we got stuff coming in right now. But before I get to that, Mama Noise, let me finish what I was saying. I have other news first, which is the church announcements. Like I said, this is election night, and so we got some stuff to talk about tonight, so we're going to get into that in just a minute. Tomorrow is the 5. Join me, Reggie Love, Killer Cam, and C Major as we talk about 5 stuff, right? And then, of course, on Believe in the ACC, we talk about what went down in college sports this weekend, but also we talk about what's about to go down in college basketball. We got some powerhouse stuff, and the women are just as great this year as they were the last few years. And we break it all down, give you our predictions and poundings and predictions on Believe in the ACC Thursday morning. So that's our church announcements. And once again, we have a big church announcement that not this week and not next week, but next Friday will be our last day for the holiday. We're going on holiday break after next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So I'm just trying to get everybody ready so you won't be in shock like, oh my God, it's Thanksgiving week, where's Talkin Noise? We gone. Gone. All right. Andy Bruce said he voted for Reagan. That was not a good choice. I won't kid you. That's not a good choice. So there you go. Like I said, we have updates all around. So let's start in the state that is near and dear to our hearts, Mama Noise, and that is the great state of Kentucky. And there is a Senate race that not just us, we are looking at, but the nation is looking at, in that we're waiting to see what's going to happen between Rand Paul and our choice, Charles Booker. So far, it's playing out exactly the way that you thought it would. Charles Booker has won, basically won Jefferson County, is going to win Jefferson County, I'm sure. He's winning Frankfort and is probably going to win Frankfort. Lexington is too early to call, too close to call. But the thing that people forget, Kentucky's a big is more than just Lexington and Louisville. It's a state of a lot of counties. But needless to say, in the overall vote, with 7% of the votes checking in, Booker is behind Rand Paul by what we call 7 points. He's got it's 56,000 to 49,000, so he's down by about 7 points. He's really gonna have to play catch up, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because he's gonna have to swing. He's gonna have to swing heavy in some of these more metropolitan cities and make up the difference, and that's gonna be probably his only path to victory. Because most of these eastern and western counties are going to go, especially the eastern counties, they're going to go Republican.
Those rural areas.
Yeah, they're going to go Republican. So it's going to be tough for him to jump in on that one and win that one. Yeah. Cuz is here, ladies and gentlemen. Cuz is here. And we are grateful to have him. He's got his glasses on. He's looking election night sexy for all.
Oh, froze like a boy.
Oh, we're back now. We've been fighting it off and on, so we just keep doing that. How you doing, cuz?
I'm yet holding on.
Man, that's all we can do, brother. That's all we can do as we go through these election night results. And I said what I said at the beginning of the show. Listen, no matter what happens tonight in the country, God is still on the throne.
That's what them Christian folks always say. They better take.
That's what you're supposed to say.
They better take their ass to the poll and vote.
Well, it's too late now. If they ain't gone by now, then you know.
God is still God when they take your Social Security.
So, we were just talking about what's going on in the great state of Kentucky. Charles Booker is trying to make a run of it. But I mean, it's going to be tough for him. It's going to be tough.
Are you seriously discussing Kentucky?
Well, Rand Paul is one of the people that people would love to see take the L. But we understand. We definitely understand how difficult it is to unseat him or Mitch McConnell. And so, let's talk about what's going on in the great state of Georgia. Ralph Warnock right now is maintaining a pretty good lead over Herschel Walker with 13% of the votes in, and he is dominating the city, which is what you thought he would do. The urban cities like Atlanta, like Floyd County, Chandler, Long, Ben Hill. He's dominated Fulton and Clayton. So if he can do that, he stands a good chance to hold on to a seat. But again, it's going to come down to, did the people go vote? Did the people go vote? It's that simple. Mama Noise, you got any thoughts on that one? Well, that's me. Let me see. Try it down, Mama Noise.
Looks like y'all the one need more Jesus.
Try Jesus. Okay. You know what? You ain't got to come here like that. That kind of energy.
I'll take it.
What are your thoughts overall with what's going on tonight, cuz?
You know, I went and voted earlier this afternoon, and I took my nephew for so he could vote for his first time at 18 years old. And I had to pull up a sample ballot here at the house so I can educate him on how we vote.
How we vote.
You're damn right.
That's right.
I had to educate him on how we vote, and he understood. He nodded up and down. Okay, good. You can stay here another night.
Are you gonna put him out if he vote the wrong way?
Shit. Well, we ain't gonna do.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I ain't mad at you.
Hold on, you heard what I said. You know, it's gonna be a bad night, but the reality is, you know, politics is an ugly game. It's an ugly game. It's ugly. You know, I used to believe I liked politics. Just like I used to believe I liked black people.
Oh my goodness.
But
How did black people get thrown out?
Mama Noah's, blink if you're still there. Okay.
Wow.
How did black people get
But
thrown out?
the older I get, the more I realize I ain't fond of politics or black people.
What?
Because
Get rid of everybody.
politics, it's not, you know, they call it a game, but really it's a bunch of lying asses is what it is.
Oh.
Okay.
Because when you are in the minority, you throw rocks at the majority. And you don't try to do anything to move the country forward. Your whole goal as a minority is to make sure the majority looks as bad as they can.
Yeah.
So there's never any, well, I shouldn't say never, because we don't like the word never on this here podcast, but there's never ever any working together to solve problems. That's
right.
They don't go to D.C. to solve problems. They go there in order to keep power.
Right. Right.
And the older I get, the more irritating that is to me. Because as I talk to my Republican friends, God bless their hearts, I hear all of the talk of how the Democratic run cities of this country are hellholes.
Oh my.
That liberal democratic policies are destroying the cities of America. But those same people break camp and they run to the suburbs, which need less governing because there are less people. As I've traveled around this country, I made sure I take time to teach my daughter. I'm almost through, Mama Noise.
You preaching already. Go ahead and preach the thing.
As I travel around the country, I make sure I take opportunities to teach my daughter. And we've been in some areas of the country where there may be 10 people, population 16, population 12, I mean, shit, population 100. I mean, really small towns where you got a house and a whole bunch of land between you and the house next to you.
Right.
And I will oftentimes ask my daughter, I say, now, how do you think they vote? She said, I don't know, Dad. I said, well, think about it now. If you have this much land next to your house, you don't need the government in your business. You don't want the government in your business.
Mm.
So self-governance out there is a popular thing amongst those people that are in the rural areas of the country. I said, but once you get to a New York City, a Chicago, a Birmingham, Alabama, a Louisville.
Don't do that. You ain't gotta act like that. We were doing fine. And then
Kentucky. Once you get to a city,
Louisville, man, Louisville.
LOO.
Once you get to the cities of the country, then the government is needed in order to. I sometimes fear saying the word because people may take it wrong, but in order to keep order, you have to have government. So I'm irritated by the false narratives that come out of politics. Right now, they're doing everything they can to blame the Democrat Party for the crime that's going on in this country. And a Republican alive that's tried to solve the crime issue. And anybody that believes that a politician can solve crime in this country is lying to themselves.
Well, but that's part of politics. Is creating a lie.
That's called lying, though.
Well, it is, but that's also a key component to good politics is to create the lie and make you believe it.
And the older I get, the more I'm sick of lies.
Sure, absolutely, no question about it. No question about it. I want to give you a quick update on a couple of key governor races where the polls have closed or are closing. One that is near and dear to our hearts is Georgia, where Stacey Abrams right now has a 12-point lead over Brian Kemp, with 16% of the expected votes counted, which is in direct alignment with what's going on with Senator Warnock. So we may see Georgia stay Democratic tonight. That may happen. Which would be nice. Which would be very, very, very nice. North Carolina right now is Sherry Beasley is doing quite well. I would say Ted Budd is probably not going to unseat Sherry Beasley in North Carolina. They have declared with 11% of the votes expected. They have already declared Rand Paul in Kentucky. So,
what?
Well, listen. Again,
what?
Yeah, I didn't. To be honest with you, Mama Noise, Charles was a wish and a hope. It really was, because while I like Charles personally, to unseat Rand Paul, you've got to speak Eastern Kentuckian.
Wahitan.
Well, maybe, but for sure Eastern Kentuckian. You've got to be able to go into those rural counties and convince them that Rand is not for them. And no one has been able to do it as of yet. So,
Wow.
In Indiana, Todd Young is back in has won. They've already declared Indiana. Usually in these elections, Indiana, Kentucky are the first to go. That's not surprising either. Tim Scott in South Carolina has already, with 1% of the expected votes in, Tim Scott has already been declared the winner. So that was going to be tough. That one was going to be tough. Those three were going to be tough. But that's not ones that were in question either. So far, the night has gone the way that it was supposed to go. Or not the way it's supposed to go, the way that most predicators predicted that it would go. I'll say it that way. Is that the best way to say it, cuz?
I don't know what the hell you just said.
I thought predicators was a word. Is that not a word?
Yes.
Okay.
I,
No.
I didn't say it was a word on everything.
Okay. No houses are flipped. No seats are flipped in the Senate, House, or in the gubernatorial races as of yet. But again, some of the ones to watch, the ones that everybody will watch it for sure are Georgia, uh, maybe Texas. We'll see. The gubernatorial race in Texas, although because you're there, what are they saying about the gubernatorial race in Texas? They saying that it's probably not going to happen for Beto.
They don't have a chance in hell.
Okay,
Oh.
you not say it with such.
See, you know what?
I mean, that the little hope would have been nice, but that's fine.
I just told you I don't like politics. I can't stand all that online.
Don't lie to us. Whatever you do, don't lie to us.
But I mean, listening to you guys, and then I'm just gonna speak for the person who's not speaking per se. That's
Hey, come on through.
You got people that say, what is the point in me voting? And we be saying, we have to, it's all right. Then you get up there and it's like everything you vote for was like a half a penny in a pot. And you like, man, I did all that fighting. My people, blood, sweat, and tears. And we deserve it. We demand it. And then it's like every time you do, it's like, okay, we picked the president, but did we pick the president? I mean, I don't know. It's very discouraging.
Did we pick the president?
I'm saying you always say the hands that pick the cotton pick the president, and I'm like,
not the president. That's correct.
I'm saying,
no, this is really easy to understand. Joe Biden is in the office as president of the United States because we said, ain't no way in hell we're gonna take 4 more years of that food. That's why he's in, and we did. As much walking to the poll, driving folks to the poll, voting. We did what we had to do in order to make sure that fool was not reelected. Well, the energy has flipped this time. Republicans are absolutely motivated, dedicated, hell yeah, to take back the Senate and to take back the House.
Can I share something else with that statement you just made?
We are not nearly as motivated because too many of us ran our mouth on Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
No, I don't think that's it. Let me tell you what else is going on.
That's the truth.
No, that's not what it is. Let me tell you what the real truth is. And our Mama Noise kind of revealed it. Here's the truth. We don't really understand politics. We understand what we don't really even understand what a president.
I'm gonna tell you, that's the gospel because when I went, you froze. I didn't know if you was.
I know it is. I know it is. And here's the reason why I know. The fact that we and I'm gonna piggyback on what you said because I'm just gonna say it differently. The fact that we showed up to get rid of a racist, and then 2 years later decided it's not as important to get rid of the rest of the racists. Tells you we don't understand politics because we don't understand. And I'm not saying that all Republicans are racist. That's not what I'm saying. But there are some that are blatantly that have revealed themselves, like a Rand Paul. Like a
Mitch McConnell.
Like a Mitch McConnell, right? And so the fact that there are some that have already revealed themselves and we don't have the understanding to go back to the polls and vote those guys out because it's not as important as a president is, lets us know that we don't understand politics. We don't get it. We don't see the value in the midterm elections like we see it in the main election.
Listen, the reason why Barack Obama won and the reason why Trump lost is because too many voters in this country follow the hype.
Right.
And the more we continue to pick away at Joe Biden by putting our mouth on them, it subconsciously seeped into our minds and said, you know what? My vote don't matter because he ain't doing nothing. She ain't. We can't even find her. Where is she? So it was that type of talk that lowered our hype, lowered our motivation to get out there and vote. Listen, most,
even though some of that may have been true,
most black people, when Barack Obama won, was for Hillary Clinton. The reason why Barack Obama won is because the hype got behind Barack. And therefore we came along and said, oh, okay.
Well, we didn't think there was a plurality in a black man actually winning and becoming president.
There you go.
And we had 43 years of precedents to show us that may not right.
But once we start believing, then we voted for it.
Then we got right. But let me say this again, though, and I don't think what you're saying is completely wrong, but I think it goes in concert and marriage with what I said. We do not understand the virility and the reality of politics. We don't understand that there is a checks and balance system in place in our government that if you don't all aspects. Did I freeze?
Totally.
Okay. We're trying to stop the freeze. I'm not sure what's going on in Arkansas internet right now. But if we don't vote properly and put the right people in place in our governments, our government is going to be dramatically affected by our empathy. And listen, here's the reality. Right now, I'm looking at the vote for Kentucky for senator. And right now, with 13% of the precincts, hold on, let me get deeper into it. In Louisville, Kentucky, Charles Booker got 39,667 votes so far. Now, here's the reality. There are 1 million people in Jefferson County. He got 39,000 people. If all of Jefferson County would come out and vote, and all of Fayette County would come out and vote, and I don't know what Western Bowling Green's county name is, but my point is, if all the major cities
Warren County.
If all the major cities of Kentucky would come out and vote, he could win. But no one has impacted it to the point where, so we don't understand. We don't get that it's important. We don't get that it's value in it.
We don't.
And I'll find out for you, Al. I'll find out about the mayoral race in Louisville, Kentucky. I'll find out.
Well, I will tell you, when I was in college, I had signed up for government. And I'm going to just tell you how I feel. We had a black woman that was the teacher. And she was already known, the teachers be like, they get a bad rap, but students share who is, when you say you got so-and-so teacher or whatever, they share if they got a good teacher, an effective teacher, especially in college. They share what kind of teacher is that before I take the class. You don't really get an option to say, I don't want that teacher. Let me drop that class and let me, pick up this one like you do when you're in college. And this teacher, she was so nasty. They was like, she's nasty, she's hard and all this stuff. And I had gotten all that in my heart when I, took the class, but I had to take the class. At least I thought I did. And I got in that class, and before we even got off the ground, she started talking about, you got to create your own city, you know, blah, 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 and to create your own infrastructure, so on and so. I'm sitting there going, okay, is this government 101? Because I'm going, I don't know, you know, I came here to learn about this. I didn't jump in and take government 301 or government, you know, 200. I came in as an intro and trying to understand what's going on. And when she came in with all of that stuff that was not, you know, clear, I immediately dropped the class. And then
so you basically talked yourself out of the understanding.
I steered completely clear away from government.
Do you now realize how much of a bad decision that was?
I don't know if it was. If I don't have a good teacher, then it doesn't make a difference. You can't just say,
but how do you know? I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying, how do you know?
Well, you are kind of
to be honest with you.
I'm simply saying that if it was you that was teaching the class, as much as I know you like government and how you try to make it palatable, it's one thing. But
Mama Noise, hold on, fussy one. Because what I'm saying to you is, if she's saying I'm gonna create a city for you and break that city down so you can understand the elements of how city governments work, that's a really clever way to do it.
No, she asked us to do it.
But okay, stop. You're not hearing what she's saying. If she's saying I want you to do it, she's telling you I'm going to give you the elements of how a city works. You didn't stay long enough to get the lesson. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Because you were young, you didn't know it.
For the teacher, and you ain't even been in the class.
No, I'm being an advocate for creative learning, and I'm saying I'm being an advocate for informed voting, and I'm saying one of the reasons why we are where we are is because, and I thank you for the story because I think your story highlights the bigger problem. I think because we don't have great teachers in these history classes and government classes in these schools, and so Black kids walk away from these experiences saying, "Oh, this is boring," or "It doesn't apply to me," or "It doesn't." So then you walk out with a tremendous lack of understanding and clarity as to how it's supposed to work. By the way, it's one of the things, and I am assuming the professor's intent, but that's not any different than what my wife did.
No, you know what, Lloyd?
No, I'm saying that's what you did. You didn't stay long enough to see what her.
You wasn't in her class.
Okay. How long did you stay in the class,
Kenyatta? I know because you were teaching.
Kenyatta, how long did you stay in the class?
2 days.
Then that's my point. You don't know what her intent was either.
How many days do I need to be subject to that before I decide to keep from getting a bad grade or them not allowing me to withdraw?
You don't know that you would have gotten that. Did you ever talk to the professor to find out what her intent was?
No.
That's my point.
She didn't have a good rapport.
Okay. I'm just saying I've had college professors, and maybe some of you have as well, where I thought, wow, this guy doesn't really know what he's doing, or she doesn't know what he's doing, until I talk to him, and then I go, oh, not only do they know what they're doing, they're actually kind of interesting.
So you had all this wisdom as a sophomore, freshman.
There were a couple of classes that
I'm just saying you rolling off like, I would have told them.
Are you going to let me finish, or are you going to keep
Well, I'm just saying, you seem like you had it all figured out when you got there. I mean, usually
I didn't say I had it all figured out, Negro child. What I said was, I knew that was a part of my major. Them classes I was going to have to take.
So it was your major. So then you ain't even in the same category as me.
Yeah, you win. Is that what you want? You want the win, or you want to understand?
I'm just saying, when it's your major.
What are you saying? Exactly. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, sir, is that when you're more educated about it enough to say that's your major, then you're talking on a different playing field than me. You got your popcorn?
No, I'm reading what Al's saying because I'm ignoring what you're saying because you're not making any sense. If she said we will be creating our own cities versus you need to create a city, makes a world of difference. I don't understand what you're saying, Al. Al, you got the link. You got to come tell us what you mean by that. I'm saying very simply that if you didn't understand, I'm sure she was available for a conversation of which you didn't have and chose not to have after 2 days.
I don't know how you Negroes got off into the weeds in this conversation.
I don't either because this is not what my point was.
because Mama knows there's just no way that you don't recognize that your beautiful, ripe old age of.
Watch yourself. Ripe old age.
Slow down.
There's no way that you don't recognize that dropping a class after 2 days is not something that should be done.
I was a freshman.
You should, but Mama Noise,
I didn't say
we're not making excuses for the freshmen. We're saying at your age now, you wouldn't allow your child to drop a class after 2 days. You would tell them, baby, hold on, seek more understanding. Talk to the teacher.
You know what?
Let's find out where she's going with it. Don't 2 days, Mama Noise.
First of all,
That's like being married for
I didn't have a lot of parental advisement when I went to college as a freshman. I was doing it all by myself.
Mama, no, you're not talking about that. Okay, we got that.
And we didn't have a lot of black people. We had a black student retention, and I just had the stuff was against me. I did the best I could under my circumstances.
Mama, Kenyatta Spence, listen, we got that. We understand that. I understand where you were as an 18, 19-year-old young lady. I'm saying now, as you look back over your life and you think things over, can you truly say that maybe, just maybe, you might have jumped the gun? That's all I'm saying.
And I've been blessed. I got a testimony.
Gracious. Nobody's questioning your decision then. That was the decision of an 18-year-old, 19-year-old misinformed young lady. But now, as a wise, sage woman of you would do that differently, wouldn't you?
Old ass woman.
I didn't say that shit. Now you watch it, nigga.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You ain't sorry.
Saying you would have done it differently. We all would have.
No, because you was saying, like, in other words, I would have known what to do. What?
Well, I did know what to do. Again, you know my lineage. I come from a line of educators who had told me prior to go talk to the professor, go do this, go do that. So I knew what to do. That wasn't your testimony. So I'm not saying you were wrong. I'm saying look what happened as a result of it. Because you never got the understanding, because you never got the wisdom of how government works, how cities work, how the structures work, look where we are. By the way, I love that you shared the testimony because your testimony is really a great reflection of our Black society. We don't know what the hell is going on. And by the way, Al, I was supposed to get the mayor race for you a long time ago. Right now, Craig Greenberg is winning with 12% of the votes in. Craig Greenberg is beating William Deeroff. He's beating him by about 15 points. So he's doing well. He's up by 6,000 actual votes. You want to look at it from that perspective, 6,006.1 votes. So he's off to a good start. We'll see where it goes as the night unfolds. But that's all I'm saying, Mama. That's all we were both saying. We're not saying that, we don't understand why you made the decision. I'm just saying, look how the decision in life, as your life unfolds, can cost you. Because you grow up and you're saying, like in a city government, most people think the mayor is the one that makes all the decisions. What's the council? And they vote just like any other, it's more insulated than that. It's more involved than that. It's not as simple as one man making all the decisions. No, none of our government in a democratic society is that simple. We have checks and balances, or we're supposed to, let me say it that way. We have checks and balances on every level of our government. And that's the way our government is supposed to function. The problem with the checks and balance system, though, is if you don't get the proper checks and balance system in place, you have chaos. So now, if there's a Republican House and a Republican Senate, but a Democratic president, you have a log jam. You can't get anything accomplished in national government. If you have a Republican house in the state and a Senate house in the state. You have a logjam if you have a Democratic governor, because now they're fighting against each other. Because like Cuz said, it's a power thing now. It has nothing to do to actually get things accomplished and make your state better. It becomes a power thing. You're going to do what we want you to do. And that's where a lot of our states are. In Florida, they are calling it. Governor DeSantis has won the governor race in Florida, along with Marco Rubio and Laura Lee winning the House race and Marco Rubio winning the Senate race. But again, these are not things that we didn't know were going to take place. So far, everything is basically par for the course. I didn't mention Mike DeWine winning the governor race in Ohio as well, so I apologize for that. So this is where we are, people. This is where we are. Mama Noise, what's wrong?
No, last time I made my statement, and we went down this slide. So
your statement was good. Nobody questioned your statement.
He called me an old.
Well, he was wrong for that.
Mama Noise, you and I are the same age.
My birthday is in December.
So he's old. You're not. That's what you're saying.
Well, you was born in 60. Oh.
You know what? Anybody ask you all that?
Oh my goodness.
Mama
Y'all
Noise,
are a walking comedy show.
Mama Noise, you're older than I am.
You the one keep on trying to speed yourself up to the grave, shopping in the cemeteries and.
Mama Noise, I am not trying to get to the grave any faster than anybody.
I ain't trying to be no old man peeing on myself and all. That's what you said.
Mama Noise, I have no desire to live past 80 years old.
See?
You are correct. Because, I got an 80-year-old lady in my house right now, and I look at her every day and say, for what?
What is happening right now? What is happening right now?
You know what you said the other day, when I win the Powerball, what I'm going to do is, I said, what? You going to go buy a cemetery? So you can get the best spot?
And I say, no, I'm going to buy some ass.
And I said, you probably want to buy a mausoleum.
Oh, my goodness. What are y'all doing tonight?
I don't think I want to be buried in a mausoleum because I wonder. I've been to some nice mausoleums, okay?
I'm sure.
And all looks copacetic and awesome, right? But 100 years from now, once management has changed hands, 200 years from now, once everybody's dead and gone, that was taking care of your grave, your structure that you're in. That stuff can become, dilapidated, and I don't
listen.
I don't want to be on top and corrosion is taking place, and I'm falling down.
Well, we are about one block from like 2 ginormous cemeteries.
Right.
And when I went for a walk the other day, there was this white man with 2 big jugs of bleach trying to bleach the tombstone. I guess he was trying to kill the mildew. I mean, not mildew, the mold, moss, and stuff like that had grown on there or whatever. But it's a whole lot of tombstones over there that's been there for more than 100 years. So I mean, but they look like, they didn't look like, oh my gosh, we need to really do something. You can still read it.
I mean, but I have no problem with a headstone being neglected after a couple of 100 years. I get that. That's the family's job to come along and fix that up. But the ground that you're in ain't gonna change.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm talking about. I need to know, because I don't know when Jesus is coming back, and I just need to know that.
Well,
you do realize that 200 years from now, ain't nobody coming to visit that grave anyway. So what does it matter?
Yeah, but shit, I don't want to be sliding out the top, up off the top. And
Who cares? Ain't nobody. You're not gonna be able to see it.
Well, you know, I got news.
You'll come down from heaven and chastise the person and let you slide out.
Go to YouTube and look at dilapidated mausoleums.
I want to be very, very clear about the next statement.
It's a very sad looking situation.
I want to be very, very clear about the next statement I'm about to make as it relates to whether or not I'm going to go to YouTube and look at dilapidated mausoleums.
Hell no, can't do that.
Now, I was watching a show on forensics that said if you are buried in one of those mausoleums and stuff, you know, it's you know, there's no air that gets inside of there. So basically, you just kind of turn to liquid. So I mean,
what is happening right
there's
now?
There's nothing gonna slide out.
What is happening right now? Okay, we have the first seat flipped of the night. Corey Mills in the 7th congressional district of Florida has just flipped one of the House seats in Florida in the 7th congressional district. So there's our first flipped seat of the night.
Is that a good flip?
No, it is not. He is a Republican.
Oh, see.
I mean, it's good if you're a Republican, if you voted Republican. So,
this is a side note.
yes.
I just got a message on my phone from WDRB.
Okay.
They said people don't throw away your lottery tickets.
Why?
Because 4 of them were sold in Kentucky.
What?
Four big tickets were sold in Kentucky.
We mean big tickets.
Of the billion? 4 big winning Powerball tickets were sold in Kentucky.
Of the billion?
Listen, Craig.
Just say is it of the billion? What do you mean, Craig? There's several levels of winning, Mama.
I know. I need you to calm down.
There's the 5 ticket winners.
I'm about to tell you.
Get to getting.
Ayúdame. Escuchen.
I'm gonna scoot your ass. You don't get to it. Let's go.
One ticket that's worth One ticket is worth $100,000, and there are 3.
What you said until just now.
One ticket is worth $100,000, and the other 3 are worth $50,000. The $100,000 ticket was found. It was sold in Sonora, Kentucky, but the $50,000 ticket was sold in Louisville, Kentucky, on Shelbyville Road.
That's your big announcement. A $50,000 ticket. That man in California won $900 million.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, hopefully
But
you don't know anybody.
I take that 50 though.
Why you acting like?
I'll take that 50. All right, can we get back to the reason why we're here tonight?
I said it was a side note.
It's a real side, like way off to the side. An interesting thing is happening in Ohio. Tim Ryan is winning.
And he is?
Tim Ryan is running for one of the Senate seats in Ohio. And he is currently up with 21% of the votes counted. He's up a little bit. So we'll keep our eyes on that. See if he can pull that off there. So far, 3 seats have been flipped in the House to Republican seats so far. So there you go. All right. What else is going on? I'm trying to give you guys the updates as they come in. Some more polls have closed. Let's see here. Are you hearing anything in Texas, sir? The polls are closed in Texas now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We be praying for Tara. She out there still taking people.
Oh wow. Okay.
I know they closed, but does that mean people that are in line can't get in?
Yeah,
I think if you get in the door, you can go on and vote. But
taking people.
Hmm? Yeah, she was giving rides.
Yeah, but polls are closed. The polls at 7 o'clock.
I think you gotta be in the door. If you're in the door, I think you can vote. But if you ain't making it go, you can't. You can't.
One of my Facebook friends from Louisville want to know why they were calling the race so early for Booker.
Because they know.
But see, remember a couple of years back when they tried to corral everybody into voting at the convention center out to the fairgrounds and got rid of all the locations that were closer to people so they could all have an opportunity to vote. And then they locked the doors and all them people was outside beating on the door, banging on the door, demanding to vote, and they wouldn't let them in.
Yeah, it's not the same. That's not the same thing. They listen. I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Charles Booker's biggest issue was, could he flip some of those rural counties? And they knew very early on. The exit polls probably told him very early on it wasn't going to happen.
So black?
Yeah, he's black.
Well, I could have told that Negro he wasn't gonna flip them hicks out there in the sticks.
We don't like to refer to it like you're doing it right now. Like we like to approach that differently. But but yes, you are correct. You are correct, sir. It's just gonna be tough, man. It's just a tough.
You know, I remember when Barack Obama ran for president of the United States as the first black man, well, to have the nomination for a major party. I know Jesse Jackson ran and so forth and so on. But a lot of people used to say to us that voted for Barack Obama, you only voted for him because he was black. As if you didn't vote for all the other 40 that were before him, or 41, 42, whatever it was, that was before him, because they were white. That black man didn't stand a chance in Kentucky, not in no House district. Now, if he ran for governor, that would be a different story because, you know, you like you said, you have all those major cities that people come out and vote, then he got a fighting chance. But if you're talking about a House seat,
a Senate seat, yes, a Senate seat, yeah.
It was a Senate seat?
It was a Senate seat. That makes it hard. It makes it hard.
It's still hard, yeah.
His only path to getting a Senate seat in Kentucky is you got to flip either a strong Western contingency or some of those counties in Eastern Kentucky, which that's going to be hard. But
you know, when you think about
you got to rally the two major metropolitan cities to override. It's a numbers game. You got to get more than your opponent. It's that simple.
And when you think about the fact that part that you're talking about that needs to be flipped, those people are strong conservative Republicans.
Right.
Poor as hell.
Yeah. Yep. So coming out the gate in Texas, numbers are starting to come out, and Beto good. In Austin came out the gate strong. Dallas has come out the gate relatively strong, not as strong as he probably would have liked, but strong. And Tarrant, he's kept it close in Tarrant, kept it close in Denton and Kaufman. So Houston is not reported yet, but Beto is off to a good start.
He don't stand a chance in hell.
Why do you keep saying that?
Okay, I'll be a politician. We're fighting a good fight.
Well, they said that about Kamala, and they said that about
Kamala. She ain't no damn Ugandan giant.
I'm gonna need you to
It is Kamala Mama Noise. We might want to put a little respect.
Don't nobody correct you when you be butchering words.
I'm just saying we might want to put a little respect on the woman's name. Just
Harris.
Kamala.
So if I say it wrong, oh, come on.
I can't believe you said Kamala.
That's
okay, so we have an interesting situation that has developed in the 10th congressional district of Florida. Maxwell Frost just won that seat. He'll be Calvin Wimbush, so he kept the seat in that congressional district of 10th congressional district. I don't know what city that's in. He got some strong endorsements from like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and some other folk, and so that's a good pickup there, or holding the seat. I guess it was already a Democratic seat, so he's holding the seat. So there you go. So we'll see. I don't know. Listen, it's gonna be like if you like, I don't know if it's a like situation, but if you're interested in these kinds of things. But one of the questions that we did ask coming into the night, and I'll ask our brother here, are things for the next 2 years about to get better or worse? In your humble opinion.
You asking me that?
I am.
Well, it depends on what you are looking for from your government. If you're looking for policies that help the poor or that help the middle class, it's about to get a whole lot worse. If you're looking for the government to move out of your way and status quo with benefits to the wealthy, trickle down economics.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for gridlock, that's probably what we're actually going to have more of, because Biden's not going to be able to get anything done. So it's going to be gridlock. Conservatives are going to win the day, in my opinion, because you have a conservative Supreme Court, you have a conservative House, and a conservative Senate. All you will have is the White House.
Right. To veto certain things.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Tough road to hoe.
What does, or what should, I'll ask it this way, what should people, and more specifically Black people, do to prepare themselves for these next 2 years? What should they be trying to do?
Register to vote and vote.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying in response to what's about to take place, what should they be doing?
Listen, you have to understand politics is not a thing that's able to turn on a dime. It takes time for change to really take place, or for you to notice the change. That's why Biden and Kamala are having such a difficult time, because the things that they have done takes time in order before you recognize the benefits.
Right.
So any changes that are made, it takes time. So I don't think you need to prepare for anything for the next 2 years. I think you need to register your ass to vote and then vote.
Yeah.
Mama knows every vote counts, but every vote only matters if it's a mass thing. We have to understand that we rely on each other, we depend on each other to all vote together in unison. And we must be singularly focused on a policy issue. I don't know if that policy issue is abortion. I don't know if that policy issue is justice reform. I don't know what the policy issue is, but we need to all be behind that policy issue and vote on that. So that way, when a Biden comes along, that none of us were really too hot on him from the very beginning. We only voted for him because we did not want Trump.
Right.
So he's never really motivated us. So when a Biden comes along, we don't drop off and not vote because we have to keep that issue in the forefront of our minds. That's why Republicans are where they are now, and that's why conservatives are going the direction they're going.
Well, that was going to be my next question. What exactly, and Mama Noise, I want you to chime in on this as well, because you're going to come with a very unique perspective that's different than what Cuz is going to say. What do you think Democrat? We've heard a lot of people talk about Republicans' message is very messed up and it's not strong and blah, 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 blah. But something is being missing also in the Democratic message to the point where people are not responding in these midterm elections. What do you think Democrats are doing wrong in these midterm elections to where there is not a response the right way? What do you think they're doing wrong? Mama knows. I'll start with you.
Maybe they should show up. I should see them more than when they're getting ready to run for office. All of a sudden, you bombard my phone, my mailbox, and every intersection where you have to stop. I mean, every stoplight in Plano has signs and stuff all on the, at every intersection. And, then you want to put stuff in my lawn. Mm-hmm. All of that. Why do I only see you at that time? If you're sincere about wanting to pursue me to select you as my person, then don't just all of a sudden be on the ballot. Show up before then. Let me see you active in the community in the areas that you say you want to be selected for.
And see, Mama Noise, that's another part of our problem. We want our politicians to make us feel good.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that though?
Because that's not real. You know, as a history major and understanding of history, what a person says and what a person does, you have to evaluate that over time. We wait for somebody to come along and say things that make us believe. But okay, but now I'm gonna play devil's advocate to what you just said. The last two presidents prior to Joe Biden, that's how they won. That's how they won. They won based on their ability to make the people feel inspired. And that's why Barack Obama lost so bad his first midterm, because we felt good about him. You are correct, but we didn't have an issue, and therefore
that's my point. Okay, but I think you're missing my point.
No, I'm not missing it. I got it.
I'm saying in the midterm election, why don't we feel as good in midterm elections as we did in that? There was a fever pitch for Biden and for Barack Obama that we do not have in these midterm elections.
Because we don't have issues. We vote because of how people make us feel, and that's not real. Listen, every woman that's not, I shouldn't say it like that. Listen, America should be appalled at the fact that a conservative court took away a woman's right to choose what she wants to do with her body. Mm-hmm. Listen, there is no way you should, as a Democrat, vote for or not vote for a Democrat. Sit this one out, understanding what's at stake. You might not be highly motivated by any other SOBs, but you have issues that are important. You can't sit it out. Looks like you guys are pros. Study like Chuck. Okay.
Yeah, we apologize for that, people. We're working on it as we speak. But I understand exactly what you're saying. But I guess let me break the issue or the question down a little further. Why aren't those issues? Why are we focusing so much? Because I agree with what you're saying. But what I'm saying is what you just said is not, it kind of goes with what Mama Noise is saying. She's saying, I don't see, I got you elected in the general. Now it's the midterm, and you're back to say I want to be elected again. But I don't know why I'm electing you this second time if I don't know what the issues are. And maybe why is there a lack of definitive translation of those issues within our community? We don't. You're 1,000% correct. A woman's right to choose should have been clear. It should have been very clear, but it's not. It's not. The issues that should drive me, that should affect my life and drive me to a polling place to vote, they are not clear. And so the playbook in the midterm is deeply flawed because it's centered around people again, and it doesn't work in a midterm election.
You know, we often say that we are disappointed by our elected officials.
Mm-hmm.
X hadn't done this, so why should I vote for you again? You haven't done anything for us. Listen, leadership gets their power from the people. This is a fact now. This is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
If the people are wishy-washy, if the people are fickle, if the people are easily swayed by media or are easily swayed by the wind that's blowing through,
Mm-hmm.
then those people that you want to do things for you and stand up for you have less power. The only reason why Orange Clown stayed in the office for 4 years, despite everything that was coming up against Orange Clown, for 4 years, y'all remember this fool was impeached twice. The only reason why he survived is because his base never left him. They stayed. If the base had gone with the wind and started shaking just a little bit, his ass would have been gone. So he was able to stand and say some of the dumbest shit that we've ever heard a politician say because he knew his base wouldn't leave him. The fool said, I can stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody dead and my base won't leave me. Now, he said that before he was ever elected, but it was absolutely the truth. So we, on the flip side, we start throwing rocks at our people. We start, well, you ain't doing nothing. Well, listen, you have to stand with them. They have to have your support in order to be bullish about what they want to get done for you.
Okay, but okay, I guess again, you're talking about a blanket, and I get what you're saying, but I also think it's not as simple as that. I just don't. I don't think people trust that way anymore. I think one of the things that Republican candidates are doing a much better job of is that they have convinced their base of what their issues that they are fighting for. They've convinced them, and now they sing in unison. There is no out of tune or out of. They sing in unison. So it's all about what those core issues and core values are. Whether or not they're true or not, it doesn't matter. Those are the issues, and they vehemently defend those issues to the death. That is not true of the Democratic Party in nature. So when you ask people in the Democratic Party, you might get 15 different answers as to what it is the core issues of the Democratic Party are, which is problematic, because if we don't know what we're going to fight for, or we don't understand what our core is, then what exactly? Then we start to question exactly what we're voting for. And like Mama Noise said, who these people are? Do they really care about me? And why don't I just stay home? Because they don't seem to care about what I care about. So why don't I just stay home? And that is the mentality that a lot of people take in this party. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's not. You're not fighting for me. So why does it matter? So I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm saying that's reality. Somewhere there's a massive loss in translation to the totality of what the message is. And it's kind of scary if you think about it. It really is, because it's like, I don't know. It's not good. That's I'll just say it that way. It is not good that a party can't, because it's the same party. It's the exact same party in the midterms as it is in the general. But my God, we can't get on the same page in the midterm, and have not. And by the way, have not been able to for quite some time. Like, this is not a new thing. This has been going on for quite some time. It's bad. It is really, really bad. So I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how you convince Mama. Well, Mama Noise, I'll ask you, because like I said, I think you're one of the perfect people. If the issues were clearer, do you think it would help? And when I say clear, I'm saying, and Jay, I'm saying to the misinformed voter that only votes Democrat because his mama did and his daddy did, but maybe he's not consistent with it as much as we would like him to be. Do you think if the issues were clearer and made to hit home clearer, do you think if there were younger voices speaking to younger people, in a clear, more concise message, that it would translate better? I don't know. I'm just throwing some stuff out. Or does it matter?
All you see in politics is a whole bunch of old dudes. And I'm saying, when I was growing up, I only saw a politician, like I said, when it's time for an election, you want the permission to I saw one that would show up at the church. I didn't even frequently go, but I knew at election time they was going to come in and the pastor was going to say, congregation, we got a special guest in the pulpit. And you'd be like, okay, I never see this dude, but he's here today petitioning you for your vote. You like, okay, if somebody just stood up one of these times and say, let me ask you something, what exactly have you done for this area? Just give me one thing that you can say for sure it was something you pushed and actually manifest.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate, Mama. What if they say, well, I haven't got elected yet, so I haven't done anything, but that's why I want to be elected, because I want to do something for this district. I believe I can help and bring a difference. Would that matter to you?
Well, to me, it would say then, okay, then you knew the election was going to take place in November. Then 6 months before that, why aren't you showing up at the community center or the Family Life Center or whatever.
But I'm saying again, I'm playing devil's advocate. But he's saying I have done that. I just need the opportunity. See, to me, and I'm really glad I'm asking you this question because I think you are indicative of some of the voters and the mentality of some of the voters because I can only do what I'm elected to do.
Yes, but I feel like if you want to me, like for instance, Beto O'Rourke for Texas, I didn't even know who he was. But when he starts showing up in different places and we like, man, this dude is serious. It wasn't you just showing up asking me for my votes. It's like he earned the vote. It wasn't please, please. It was like, I'm here in the gutter. I'm in the trench. It's like you said, well, if you put me in office, so I got to put you in office first before you start wanting to do something for your community. Either you do or you don't.
So it's not about the issues for you. It's just about, are they doing anything?
I mean,
that's what you're basically saying.
Of the community.
What?
The issues of the community.
But I'm saying for you, though, it sounds like it's just about if they have a presence of activity. It's not about, for you, it's not about what they've done. I mean, or what the issues are that affect your life. You don't really care about that. You care about, is this person truly actively doing things?
I care about the issues, but the issues and your involvement. Anybody can just put up a grocery list of the things that they say are the issues. Okay, but what you gonna do about it? Well, get me in office and then I'm gonna do something. What kind of arrangement is that? Put me in, coach, and then I'll show you. Even in athletes and stuff have to show something before they can just get chose.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I think I get what you're saying. I guess I'm just I'm looking at the micro and the macro of what you're saying and going, that's interesting. Because if that is the mentality, if your mentality is basically the mentality of all people, then there's several problems that we have here.
I want to know, who are you? All the stuff that you put on the little flyer and stuff like that, you bombard my mailbox and all this stuff saying, I want you and I want your vote. And then, you say, if you want to know more about me, go on my website or listen to me slander my opponent on TV. I just think it's no different than choosing somebody to be your doctor. I would certainly hope you do the research and certainly say, okay, well, now let me make sure if this is somebody that I would want to be in a permanent position like this. But we like with the, well, I'm going to tell you, I'm low key, all I knew, because see, you, like I said, both of us grew up completely different. I did not grow up where anybody talked about voting and all this stuff other than it's all right. We got to do it because, our ancestors and we fought, that part. I got that part. But most of them were all like, it's all Democrat. Done
is
it.
This me, she's breaking up, or is she breaking up?
She's breaking up.
Okay.
Check all the boxes that say Democrat. Nobody said, well, you want to choose this guy because nope, all I need is all Democrat because that's what we're supposed to do.
Okay, Marlon.
Go ahead, cuz.
I appreciate what you said because it's real for a lot of people. Here's the problem. You are, as a politician in our community, for our community, you are fighting an uphill battle because people want to see results, but they don't know that they are a part of the problem. What is it that you want the politician to do for our community? What exactly is it that we expect from the politician?
To fix the things that are wrong. Or broke it.
How?
Wow, we still
because you know that politics is a team thing. You don't get anything done by yourself. In the Senate, you got 100 other people. In the House, you got what, 500 other people.
Mm-hmm. So me ain't gonna make a difference.
Say what now?
So us voting to get the one person in is not gonna make a difference because there's 500 other more people that need to be voted in.
It does make a difference if we understand what they are doing. Listen, a part of us voting this time around, especially, was not to allow harm to be done. See, Mr. Noise just said, what do we need to get ready for over the next 2 years? Because it's generally understood that harm is going to be done. So I don't always expect for you to solve some problem and come up with some big solution to our issues. I expect for you to hold ground and not allow them to have the votes necessary to cause harm. There is no magic button and solution that's going to solve our problems in the community. The preacher can't do it. The president can't do it. The senator can't do it. The principal down at the damn school can't do it. The teachers can't do it.
But now let me say this. Let me play devil's advocate again. I hate to call it devil.
I don't like you playing devil's advocate.
I know, but I'm just offering an alternative.
You play it kind of well. I'm just saying I don't like.
Well, because I understand politics. Saying that we want someone to hold ground and not allow anything bad to happen to us. So fight, come do this, come vote this way so that nothing bad happened to us is the equivalent of a pastor saying, come get saved so you won't go to hell. That's not a bad reason. That's a great reason, as a matter of fact. But that's not going to help you build anything further.
But we have to understand that politics is a numbers game. And if you're not in power, if your party is not in power, right, you can't get shit done.
No question about it.
Period. We have to understand that.
No question about it.
Until we get on board with the numbers game. Listen, folks, seriously, all joking aside, if Barack Obama had all the numbers necessary in the Senate and in the House for the 4 years that he was in office, more would have been done. He lost the numbers. You remember he spent a lot of capital that first year because he did
Obamacare.
Yeah,
he spent most of his political capital on Obamacare. Which is what his legacy is. Yeah,
exactly. But there was much more to be done, but he lost the numbers game. So we as citizens, as members of the party, as constituents, have to understand that we have to do our part to make sure the numbers are there so that he can get things done. Things about to grind to a halt because one party was motivated and the other party was not. And Biden won't be able to get a goddamn thing done for the next 2 years.
But now here again, let me offer a counter argument.
Yeah.
Just because I think it makes for a better discussion. It's just because it makes a better discussion. I don't know if that's enough to get people. Well, I'm not even going to say I don't know. Clearly, that's not enough to get people off their couch.
Well, clearly they don't.
Because we don't understand.
There you go.
Not being able to get things done doesn't make sense to me, the uninformed voter. Does that make sense? Like I don't see how that's going to keep me from getting my paycheck. Or I don't see how that's going to keep me from making my mortgage. Or I don't see how that's going to make me not be able to buy milk in my grocery store. So you got to break this thing all the way down for me so that I can know how it's going to affect me. Now, here's the other side of it. Can you have a Spence? If I told you that if you don't vote Democratic all the way across the board in this midterm election, every month when you go to buy your chai tea, it's gonna go up 25 cents.
So grandmama was wrong?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying it's gonna hit you in a personal place. So you're gonna spend 25 cents more on your chai tea. You're gonna spend a nickel more every month on your gas. You're gonna spend 10% more on it every 6 months on your rent. If I told you those type of things, now all of a sudden I've connected it to something real, and I'm going, oh my God, I don't want to keep paying more and more and more. How do I stop this? Well, you got to vote Democrat. Okay, now I'll vote Democrat. I don't think the message is real enough for most claiming Democratic voters. And I'm going to say claiming because I don't know if the Democratic Party is a mystery to me, because those who claim Democratic don't consistently vote Democratic every single time. And what I mean by that is they show up in the general and put up legendary numbers, but these numbers are going to be way down. And I think it's the message. I think it's the way the message translates to the masses. There's a disconnect somewhere. There's a disconnect somewhere, and I'm not sure why.
You have to understand how focused that party is, the other party.
Oh, yeah.
The Christian Coalition, Bible thumping, family values, Protestant, the party of laws, and the party of supporting the police. Notice that party has such a hunger for power that they don't care about any of that anymore. All they want are the numbers. Because once they get the numbers in the Senate, and once they get the numbers in the House, then the game changes.
Yep.
That's all it is. So we're looking for somebody to be perfect, to sell us a pitch, to give us a pitch, and to motivate us and rub our asses and slap us on the ass and tell us, get on out there and go vote. We're looking for too much when we don't understand that if we don't win that seat, if that Democrat does not win that seat, then the Republican is going to win that seat. And when the Republican wins that seat, they have the chance to be in the majority, and the Democrats will be in the minority. When you're in the minority, you spend that entire time, the next 2 years, throwing rocks, because that's all you can do.
I don't need nobody to rub my boot and slap my boot. I'm just saying.
What just happened right now? What just? How did we get to that? I don't know how we.
That's what Jay said. We want people to rub our behind.
Think of all the rallies we've had and concerts we've had, and get out the vote. We're trying to motivate people, low information voters, to feel good enough to go vote, and they don't understand the numbers game.
Well, but again, I think it's even beyond the numbers. I just don't think the message is clear. Go vote, because if you don't vote, I don't know. Maybe we just are people now that are we just don't care about the consequences anymore. We just don't.
Oh, we care.
Well, then I don't understand. Then maybe we don't understand what the consequences are. Maybe there's something wrong with the message. There's something deeply wrong with the message, and we're not getting it. It's not clear.
We don't understand what we really want our politicians to do.
Right.
What is it that we want our politicians to do? The governor of Texas, what do we really want him to do?
Do your job.
Yeah, but what's your job, Mama Noise?
What did it? What was the stuff in order for you to get in that position? Didn't they have a list of job expectations?
Mama Noise, The reason why Governor Abbott is so powerful in the state of Texas is in part because they are bringing a lot of corporations to the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving a lot of tax breaks to those corporations.
That is true.
With those corporations coming to the state of Texas comes a lot of dollars that changes the lifestyle of people that have education, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So they are fat and happy, if you allow me to say it like that. And they don't want the system to change. Now, they don't give a damn about the fact that the hunger rate amongst too many kids in America, in this state is the highest in the nation. They don't give a damn about that. They don't give a damn about criminal justice reform. They only care about the fact that I'm able to provide for my family because our governor has a business environment that allows companies to come here and give me a six-figure income.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. That's all they care about. Keep our taxes low. State of Texas doesn't have taxes. Doesn't have state tax. They have property tax.
Right.
So they run on things like we're gonna cut your property tax, and we're gonna keep this business environment going so business can keep coming to the state of Texas, and you can keep living your fat, happy life in your suburb. That's it. That's all it takes. Now, we're not going to spend money on no grid because we don't give a damn about no grid. We're just going to hope the grid don't fail.
Right.
We don't care about the grid.
Yeah, we don't care about the grid, and as long as it don't fail under harsh weather conditions, we're fine.
And then when it does, whose fault is it?
Oh, it's the company's fault.
We're going to fire the dude over what was it? Epcot?
Epcot, yeah.
We're going to fire him.
It's his fault.
Yeah.
He should have known that the stuff was raggedy. Didn't you know it was raggedy before the temperature dropped? Yeah, but we didn't expect everybody to turn their heat on all at the same time. Okay.
So
it was cold. It was cold all at the same time.
Then what you're paid to do, you're actually paid to be able to have people around you to forecast potential problems with our systems and with situations in the state. You're actually paid to do that. And you fail to do that. That doesn't matter because I got my six-figure income.
Yeah. Okay. Then I need to go into politics.
And then you turn around and you keep them other people out of this state.
Wow, the other people.
Yeah, because you don't want this state to become a California. So you keep those other people out of Texas.
Right.
You keep the border.
I've never seen such tomfoolery in my life. All the let's get a plane, let's get a bus and ship them all to DC. What?
Hypocrisy.
I'm saying this is
knowing we need as many Mexicans damn near as we can get in this damn state.
I'm saying
keep up with the damn constructions that's going on.
While what you said may be true, I still have to give you the best.
God damn, that was racist.
Just on spec. I mean, you know.
Just saying.
I said you're wrong. I'm just saying.
But we got all these jobs and we ain't got nobody to work them. Really? Okay.
You and Mama Noise doubling down here. It's really.
I wasn't specific. All I said was, you said you got all these help wanted signs up and stuff. It's because.
Mama Noise, just stop right there, please. Okay, so here we are. We've got a lot going on tonight. Y'all need to stay informed. Monitor what's going on. Unfortunately, we got to cut this short tonight. But it's going to be an interesting night. I'll give you a couple of quick updates just for your own, since we've been on the air. Only 3 houses, as of right now, only 3 seats are flipped in the House. That's it. Everything else has kind of gone par for the course. Right now, Stacey Abrams is down, but a lot of people in DeKalb County have not the votes have not been reported. Fulton is not completely reported yet. Rockdale, Henry, Clayton, Clark, which is Savannah. Those are the counties that she is counting on if she has any shot whatsoever to pull this out. They have got to those votes have got, which, by the way, if you look at the Senate race with Reverend Warnock, it feels like those are going to come in. He has a lead, and it's not a huge one, but he has a lead. So it feels like those are going to come in. So we'll see. We'll see. Because typically that Senate district that he's in and those counties are tied together. So we'll see. But as of right now, she's a little behind. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting night. I think ultimately, though, like Jay was saying earlier, I don't think if you are a hardcore Democratic person, you're going to end the night happy because I think there's going to be some changes. But we'll see. Again, still early. So we'll keep our eyes on it and see what happens from here. But church announcements again. Remember that the 5 is tomorrow night. Got a lot to talk about there. And by the way, this won't appear on the 5 because this 5 is pre-recorded, but the new CFP was done tonight. Playoff spots were taken tonight, and it was Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and TCU got in tonight. So it'll be interesting to see if TCU can hold on to that spot. And then, of course, we'll do our preview.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And well deserved and long overdue. Now, they can't lose to Texas. If they lose to Texas, they're gonna be all the way out. Like they gonna disrespect the ish out of them.
Right.
So they gotta win this weekend. Hopefully, being in is the motivator they need to go. Because I think if they beat Texas, I think they can run the rest of the table and finish this thing on out. But they gotta win. They have to win this weekend. That's gonna be a very, 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 very tough game. So and then lurking in the shadows at the 6th spot, because now that Clemson and Alabama are all the way out, lurking in the shadows at the 6th spot, or in the 5th and 6th spot is Tennessee and LSU. So if TCU loses, one of them two teams is going to be right there. So TCU got to win out. Now, so really interesting stuff going on with that as well. So we'll keep monitoring it all because it's all interesting stuff. But guys, thank you so much. Because I one of the things I definitely appreciate is and I've always appreciated historically in our friendship and our brotherhood is your understanding of politics. It's rare that you run into other brothers who truly understand politics and how it works. And you can have these real discussions like this. So I appreciate that. Mama Noise, I appreciate your perspective as well because I think it's fresh. And I think it is probably more indicative of a lot of what's going on in our society. Good or bad, however you want to look at it. It is indicative of how we've maybe failed ourselves in some areas and failed the culture and failed, people, the Democratic Party. And I think moments like this force us to look at ourselves and say, we've got to do better than this. We've got to educate our people better than this and get definitive things that we stick our swords in the sand of time and say, this is who we are. This is what we want to be. So with that being said, we will go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Listen, I just wanted to make sure that turn off the lights after the Cowboys signed OBJ.
Y'all not getting OBJ. That's never going to happen. Never going to happen. That is a pipe dream, and it's never going to happen. But I appreciate you sharing it. That was really awesome. Never going to happen.
And you're so sure about that because you believe what?
Oh, he's coming home.
To who?
He's coming home to New York. He's coming home.
That would be nice.
It's gonna happen. He's coming home.
You guys may have a fighting chance to actually beat somebody then, because you got exposed.
No, we didn't. We're young. We're trying to figure it out. But we'll see you soon.
Is that why nobody's respecting your record right now? Okay, I'm sorry.
Hold on. In the history of our 5 titles, nobody's respected us. We don't give a damn about y'all respect. We don't care about the Cowboys' respect. But we'll see you soon. Real soon.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure you're not excited about that.
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. All right, y'all. We out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night, or at least try to. Talkin Noise. We out of here.
We're talking noise.